Hey guys, there have been a lot of triangles, big triangles in MMA recently. There was Chris Liddell against Matt Brown. There was Brock Lesnar against Shane Carwin. There was Verdum against Fedor. And they're all different kinds of triangles. So what I want to talk about today are the 5 basic kind of triangles. There's lots of other variations and ones where you don't use the guy's arm inside, where you use the gi and all kinds of weird stuff. I want to talk about the 5 basic kind of triangles. If you know these, you're good to go to learn all the other variations. So I'm going to borrow Richie here. So, with the triangle, the basic idea is you're going to take the guy's head and the guy's shoulder, or the guy's arm, and you're going to squeeze this area here, usually with your legs, right? So the basic triangle, Richie's in my guard, one hand is under my legs, I'm going to go to the triangle, right? I'm going to go here, I'm going to clamp down across the back of his neck, not the back of his back, but the back of his neck, and I'm going to triangle my legs here. To apply, I'm going to lift my hips and pull his head down. There. Thank you. But you see what's choking him here is half my leg cutting against this artery, or this side of his neck, and half his own shoulder getting pushed into his neck here. So, there. That's your basic front-on triangle. That's probably the most common one. But there's other kinds of triangles. From the back, we'll go rear mount these here. If I'm here in rear mount, sometimes the guy gets an arm under my leg, or sometimes, as I'm here in rear mount, he's going to be reaching down with his arm, trying to free it. I'm going to come over his arm and trap it. From here, I can go to the rear triangle. I'm going to put the foot on the hip, and I'm going to bring the arm, the leg, in front of his throat here. See, once again, I've got his head and his shoulder in the actual triangle. I'm going to take this foot, I'm going to tuck it behind his body here. Now here, you can squeeze, but it's often more effective if you use this to hold a position with an arm bar here. Sometimes this works. And if he brings his legs up in an attempt to escape, you can grab here. And now I'm squeezing my thighs here. So this thigh against the side of his neck, this shoulder being forced into his neck as well. General horridness and compression. So that's the rear triangle. There's a side triangle. In judo, they use this a lot. This is probably the most common type of triangle that's used in judo. They call it Yoko-sanka, which means triangle from the side. And the way you use this, I think the easiest way to get into this is from an armbar. There's all kinds of entries. If you want to learn more, go watch some judo videos. We're here, and I'm armbarring my opponent, and he leaves space under his bar arm. And I put my foot in there. Alternately, say I'm going for a spinning armbar here, I spin, and my foot ends up there. Either way, from here, if I control the leg, I'm going to fall on my side, kick my leg underneath his head. Now I triangle my leg, so I put my instep behind my knee. But again, I've got his head and his shoulder trapped, and I squeeze here. Now from here, there's lots of other things I can do. I can arm lock him, I can wrist lock him. If it's MMA, I can hit him, I can foot lock him, using the triangle as the base, but certainly you can choke a guy out here. Just a note, the reason this doesn't work most of the time, when it doesn't work, is here, notice how my thigh is under his back. I want to walk my legs back so that my thigh here is under his neck. It's like a pillow here. Once his head's on the pillow or his neck is on the chopping block, here, I triangle my legs. I don't cross my ankles. I put my instep fully behind my knee, and now I squeeze here. When I'm squeezing, I'm going like this here. That makes the space in here, which is again a triangle shape, smaller. So we've done the front-on triangle, the rear triangle, the side triangle. There's the upside-down triangle or the reverse triangle, which looks fancy, but I really like this, and Chris Liddell just used it as a platform for finishing with the armbar. So normally when I apply this, I might be in side mount. I'm going to switch my hips to a broken scarf hold type position or Kazuri Kezugatami. What I like to do here is if I control this wrist, I step my foot over here and I bounce it. So this is what the entry looks like. You can do it in one move. I often like to bounce it. 1, 2. So then I lift the head up and I bring my calf back underneath his head, lift the arm up and triangle. Once again, I've got my instep behind my knee and I've got his head and one arm trapped. From here, I can squeeze and choke him out here, or let's turn a bit here, Rich. I can attack this wrist, this arm. In MMA, you can hit the guy here, you can hit the guy here. You can go to a toe hold, and the whole time, if I'm sitting back here, see, as I was there, I was moving my butt towards my heels. Again, putting pressure on his throat. So that's the reverse triangle. Try it if you haven't tried it before, it works really well. The final kind of triangle is the arm triangle. So again, you're choking with the arm and the head. Except this time I'm not going to use my legs around his neck, I'm going to use my arms around his neck. So I'm going to bring this here. This is the same in all the variations. Now depending what variation you're doing, and to some extent it depends how bulky he is. Now Rich is huge in the upper body, but if he was even bigger, if he was 300 pounds instead of 250 pounds, I might not be able to get my hand on my bicep. I might have to go finger to finger. So if he's really huge, I go here. If he's not quite as huge, I might go here, grab my wrist. Or if he's my size or smaller, if I've got long chimp-like arms, I go hand on the bicep. And now I usually put my own hand on my own head. From here I sprawl out. So I'm like this. This hip just barely off the ground, and I push on my toes to come up. We're here and here. I'll use this grip this time. My head's down, I'm pushing in, I'm just barely on my toes, and I slide up. If I was here, it'd be even tighter. There's all kinds of variations of these. Like that choke, I'm just showing you my favorite ways to do it. You can do that choke a different way. Do the reverse triangle, side triangle, upside down triangle, or front on triangle. Lots of different ways, but learn these 5. You'll never be confused again when somebody says the word triangle choke.